Let's go ahead and complete the next stage. So next is the P5 stage, which has, again, we see P5 stage will have two AND gates. Let's quickly do that. Let's call this input as M, this as N. Again, we'll avoid the use of half adder. We'll straight away go to the full adder block. So let's quickly go ahead and go to full adder, and we will avoid the rippling. So we'll put the full adder block here and not here. If I would have put the full adder block here, I would have taken the output C4A, which I don't want to do because I want to avoid the rippling as much as I can. So this is my full adder block with its input as M, N, and the third input is nothing but my C4A coming one level above. So rippling is avoided as much as possible. This will have an output which is nothing but C5A and S5A, correct? Now there are S5A is left to be added, so is C4B and C4C. So I'll need another full adder in the next row. One input being S5A, other input being C4B, where the rippling is avoided. But again, for C4C, the rippling will take place. So we could just save on one full adder or one rippling here, but here again the rippling has started. So this is the least what we could have achieved. This is nothing but my S5C, and this becomes my P5 stage, S5B, I beg your pardon, P5, and it has an output here which is nothing but C5B. So let's quickly go ahead and do the last stage now. We know the last stage has only one AND gate, which is shown here, and we'll need only one full adder. Again, I'm not going to put a full adder, so no half adder, no full adder here, no full adder here to avoid the rippling. I'll put it in the last block. So this is my full adder, which will have one input as K, other input as C5A, one level above, so rippling is avoided. But the third input is coming directly, and this will come in the ripple chain. So that is a bad thing, but this is the best which we would have done. So this is S6A, this is P6, and I have my carry which is going ahead, which is nothing but C6A, which will become nothing but my P7. So interchanging half adder and full adder in column or in P4 column, let's see if the delay is improved or not. We could avoid one ripple, but we could not avoid a lot of ripples. Again, the same terminology, delay of AND gate is 1, of half adder is 2, of full adder is 4. Let's quickly do it. So this row will get ready in 1 nanoseconds. This row gets ready in 2, so 1 plus 2, total of 3 nanoseconds. This gets ready in 4, so 3, because full adder delay is 4 in this example, so 3 plus 4 is 7 nanoseconds. This will take another 4 to get ready, so 7 plus 4, 11 nanoseconds. So after 11 nanoseconds, my C3C is ready, so is my S4B, so this half adder will work. So till here it was 11 previously also, but now it's a half adder which will take 2 only. So here it is 13 nanoseconds. Now it's a ripple, so we have to take into consideration this full adder delay. So 13 plus 4, that is 17 nanoseconds. Again it's a ripple, so we have to take into consideration this full adder as well. So 17 plus 4, 21 nanoseconds. So I got my delay on my final C out or my P7 in 21 nanoseconds as compared to 23 nanoseconds we found here in the previous clip by just removing half adder from here and putting it here and adding an additional row. We improvised on our delay, and this becomes a much faster array multiplier compared to the previous design. We can still improvise this further, but I think you have understood the concept of parallel working. All these AND gates are working parallelly, all these half adders are working parallelly, all these full adders are working parallelly, so is this, and only in the last stage this is rippling, which makes our circuit much faster than our conventional multiplier. Hope you have followed this array multipliers topic. It's a very interesting topic. Stay tuned for further clips and take care.